right, you know I gotta go through this and get this situated. All right, think that's good. Yeah. So here is the 5th issue of Nintendo Power. Ninja Gaiden, Explosive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Got more Link adventures. What's this say? CES report, game tour and contest. Oh, more contests. I'm sure they're really valid. So you know what I got to do here. Man, when this game came out, hours and hours of entertainment. Now, you all know that later on, Konami kind of did the rights for the Turtle games in the arcade, and later for the Super Nintendo, blah, 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 blah. Ultra games, I don't really remember them making a whole lot other than this, because this was so impactful. That art right there just hits me right in the feels. So you know what we got to do? We got to pop it in. Oh, first, Raphael is cool but rude. Michelangelo is a party dude. He partied a little too much. It's freaking those nunchucks split. I don't know how the hell that happened. Donatello does machines. I totally did the song in reverse. Leonardo leads. Donatello does machines. Raphael is cool but crude. It's actually crude, not rude. But, you know, everybody says it's rude now. So, Michelangelo is a party dude. So these are the Turtles. These are actually the reissue Turtles from, shit, I don't know. I don't know, 10 years ago maybe, something like that. They reissued these so much. But I do have the originals on card. You already know the seriousness of my Turtle collection. I don't even got to go into detail. So I'll put these guys up here. I know we're doing more Link. I'm still tripping off of the prostitution realization. I don't like to really blow in there because got saliva like a mother effer. So we're going to pop this open. Wait for the click. Ooh, that's so good. That's so satisfying. All right, all right, all right. Actually, it makes more sense if we do it that way. All right, well, we did our little extra. Now let's get into the issue, shall we? I wonder if there's going to be that trademark welcome. I'm waiting for that to disappear. Oh, it's still there. All right, so this is the same ad as the previous issue. That's thick. So the contents on this are the Adventure of Link CES report. I don't know what that is. Ninja Gaiden, Hudson's Adventure Island, Strider, Cobra Triangle, Bayou Billy, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Your favorite genetically enhanced reptiles are heading your way. Ooh. Howard and Nestor can eat a bag. Classified information. Power Pad Party. Video shorts. Blah, blah, blah. We'll get all through this. Let's just get into it because this is a thick one, folks. All right, I don't remember starting the mailbox right off the bat on the other issues. I thought that was kind of like an end of thing. Ooh, this definitely deserves a shout out. Look at the art of that. He did like a little Mario 2 scene with Mauser throwing the bombs. That's pretty dope. Love it. That was done by Trevor Moyan, Vero Beach, Florida. All right, pretty cool. Go ahead, pause that. Read that at your leisure. A little too much for me to read tonight. All right, the adventure link. They've really covered a lot of this. I'm a little confused why it's in this issue, but nonetheless, it's here. So it really must have been a big game. I don't recall it being that comprehensive. Got through it pretty fast. Shout out to the real ones out there that got the gold cartridge. That is a gem. As I fuck up the box trying to show you. All right, anyways. Going through this, it's just showing you more of really the same. It's spotlighting what it appears to be a little bit more like locations. It's all good, you know. It was pretty comprehensive. I guess they didn't go through all the different palaces or temples. And I still don't see where the Triforce connects. Interesting. This is where you had to wait for the blocks to fall. And then you had to like use your sword to chop through them. Because if you went too fast, the blocks would fall on you. As you can see, I'm kind of over talking about Zelda 2. I'm trying to keep the energy, fam. All right, so what do we got here? The battle with Barba. I'm trying to say the A. Barba. I keep saying Barb, but I'm not. Whatever. I kind of vaguely remember that. Yeah, you had to be really precise and hit the dragon right in the face. In the face. I gotta say it with some face. That does look like that's it. Okay, well, I got one more page. On to the Great Palace. So I guess, yeah, looking at the maps and the different stages. So it says 9 steps to get to the Great Palace. You got to do this, that, the other thing. Got to flip it, reverse it. Bring the milkshake to the yard, and then you can get into the Great Palace. Here we go. Just why this issue is thick, because we got this clown, Nestor's report. I can't get into Nestor. I'm sorry if you're a Nestor fan, but Nestor is, no. So let's, you never see Nestor's face. You just see the cartoon. So Nestor traveled to Las Vegas for his first Consumer Electronics Show. Okay, so that's what CES means. Consumer Electronics Show. Kind of not catchy, but whatever. Over 100,000 people attended the show, which reminds me, too many games. I think that's this weekend in Greater Philadelphia Oaks Center. I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent off of the subject, but yeah, too many games. That's always fun. I'm gonna try to get there this weekend. Yes, I am. Anyways, go back to this. Jesus, I thought he said finding the boner. It's Booth. Maybe these late night reads aren't the most effective. But anyways, I hope you all are enjoying them. Let me go back to reading this. Over 100,000 people attended the show, looking for all the latest on what's new in TVs, VCRs. Well, for all you young people that are listening to me, VCRs, video cassette recorder. That's what that stood for. You shouldn't be listening to me if you're under 18. This is an 18 and above channel. Get the fuck off if you're listening. Anyway, so VCRs, stereos, and best of all, video games. So basically, it doesn't sound like it was as bad as Comic-Con. I'm not going to bash Comic-Con. It's not, it used to be called Wizards World in Philadelphia. And now, you go there. I'm really going off tangent. You go there and there's you want to see comics and you want to see your what's the word I'm looking for? TV shows, celebrities. Like Lou Ferrigno was there like every year, to the point where people would just pass him like he was nobody. Um, but now you go there and it's like, there's like hot tub salesman and Verizon salesman. There's not like, the kind of the magic is gone, but whatever. I'm shutting up now. Too many games is still true to being video game oriented. You go there and you don't have to worry about getting sold a hot tub. But so VCRs, best of all video games, the Nintendo booth showcased Nintendo's own games as well as played host to its 35 licenses and titles. We knew he wouldn't have a problem finding the booth. It was the biggest at the show. Yep, flip it. What the hell is going on with this thing? All right, so this kind of, I'm not going to read this. You can go ahead and pause and zoom and save it to the Spank Bank, but it looks like it's kind of organized by, what's the word I'm looking for? Publisher is not, maybe that's the word I'm looking for. The company that made it, like Capcom, Sunsoft, Jaleco, Acclaim, Tecmo, Konami, Ultra, and it goes through, what Nestor saw on his days. Ooh, Roger Rabbit, Beetlejuice. Okay, all right, some good stuff. Oh, don't make me do it. Don't make me put a fucking Power Glove down. It's up there. That's another issue. I'll bring it down. I got the Power Glove boxed and all. And the final version didn't look like that. It did not look like that at all. It has a directional. We'll get into that. But what is this, a contest? Win a trip to summer CES in Chicago. Anyways, all right. So Ninja Gaiden. I played the smack out of this game in the arcade. So much that when you walked by the arcade, it had this kind of scene where it just showed his eyeballs. It was almost like he was looking for me, looking for my quarters. I got so much playtime. My dad would drop me off at the arcade, King of Prussia Mall, PA. He'd go shopping. He'd give me a stack of quarters, $5 worth. $5 back then got you a lot of quarters and a lot of game time. But anyways, the end result, he just said, I'm tired of you always playing that game at the arcade. I'm just going to buy it for you for Nintendo. He did. A couple side stories on that. Number one, the Nintendo version was nowhere near what the arcade was. It did nothing like it. The arcade was more Double Dragon-ish, and the Nintendo version was kind of really hard to compare to anything. It was its own thing, which kind of made it unique and made people like it, I think. So I played it so much. Back then, there was no like continue codes and shit. So I remember one night I got so far, I left it paused. So I left my Nintendo on, I left Ninja Gaiden in, and I paused it. TV screen on because I was too dumb to not turn the TV off. Anyways, my mom came in, saw that I was asleep. TV was on, game was paused. What do you think she did? She turned the TV off and the Nintendo. I woke up, TV was off, Nintendo was off. I was like, fudge. All my progress was gone. So, me naturally being a hardcore gamer, pissed off. So I go downstairs. I was like, why'd you turn the TV off? She's like, you'll pay the electric bill, you little mother effer. So, game over for me. My mom won that argument. But it was a challenging game. And it was one of the first games that had like almost like a cartoonish storyline. And it made you want to keep going and pushing forward to see what the next little video clip would be. So that was a big draw to that. You can see the levels were intense. Now, I mentioned before, the angry video game nerd, James Rolfe, he and his buddy Mike Matei, they did playthroughs, and you know, there's certain parts that you just can't. It's just so. In other words, I guess it's so cheap. You can't get past the jumps, and it's pretty hilarious. Um, I want to say that Mike Matei has these freak out videos where he's like, it's like rage compilations, and they're hilarious. And I'm pretty sure Ninja Gaiden's on one of those. I mean, look at the. I mean, back then, just seeing that was so freaking cool. It was just basically like the only thing that animated was his lips. So you. It was a very challenging game. I mean, very challenging. It's not for the novice gamer, casual gamer. Don't get in my face if you're a mobile phone gamer and think you can come and conquer Ninja Gaiden. It's not happening, folks. Not happening. It takes a lot of time, a lot of pattern memorization, but it's a very, very, very awesome game. And I think Nintendo had 3. So they had the first one, second one, and then there was a third one. I can't recall a fourth one. And then PlayStation made one that was 3D, and that was awesome. And I think you could unlock the arcade version of Ninja Gaiden in the first Ninja Gaiden for PS3. This is all off of memory, folks, and this is not what we're talking about. Anyways, could just look at that. Spoiler alert. There's a spoiler alert right there. So going on to Hudson's Adventure Island. I have Super Adventure Island up there, but I don't have the original Nintendo. My friend did have it though. I want to say you can play it on the Nintendo Switch online. And you also came out for Turbo. There was a variation that came out on TurboGrafx 16. I think it was called Super Adventure Island. No, that was the Super Nintendo one. Anyways, it was a fun game in its own right. And I mean, I liked it enough to get the Super Nintendo version. Apparently, I didn't like it enough to get the Nintendo version. Because the Super Nintendo, man, when the Super Nintendo came out, mind-blowing. To this day, Super Nintendo has mind-blowing graphics and sound. But let me get back on this one. It's just showing you that it's a basic 2D side scroller, and it's telling you the little power-ups that you can get, some of the bosses, as they say, the leading characters, blah blah blah. It's not a hard game at all. It's just pretty much go to the right, go to the right, keep going to the right. And here's a little we're poster time. Aw, snap. All right, so you can see it's very, I'll try to be mature. It's not my strong point. It's very long stages. Let's see what the poster is. Any guess? It is Strider. I didn't see that coming. Strider. These are so cool. They are so cool. The freaking posters are so cool. All right, let me get that back there. Put up Leonardo leads, Donatello does. All right. So, 4 new titles. Strider, Cobra Triangle, Bayou Billy, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I guess that's kind of like showing you a little bit. It says how the story unfolds. So it's kind of a teaser, I guess. I do not want to bend the poster. So let me get that page started. All right. So is this Strider still? Yeah. Definitely not the Strider that I'm used to seeing. I'm used to seeing the one for Sega Genesis, which I have, but it's not available to grab easily. But you can't really compare 8-bit to 16-bit. That's not really a fair comparison. Just like you can't compare the arcade, which I think at the time was 32-bit. Could be wrong, but I think the arcade was like 32-bit. And that's how it kept you interested in going to the arcade and not just buying the game at home, because, you know, there's a whole circle jerk of money. What is this called? Cobra Triangle. Oh, I never had this. It's a boat game, kind of like RC Pro-Am rather. I said RCA. Like the freak, yo, I am tired, man. It's kind of like RC Pro-Am, but yeah, it's a boat kind of. I knew somebody that had it. And again, you know, I didn't have it. Looking back and looking at these magazines and remembering the games, I really didn't have that big of a collection back then. Want to know a funny story? The Adventures of Bayou Billy. I have a brother named Billy, and he bought me this game. And he was not a gamer in any form. I think he just liked that there was a game with his name in it. And, you know, like, hey, you want to buy me a video game? I'm going to play it. And it actually was good. If you slept on The Adventures of Bayou Billy, I consider it's got the retro stamp of approval. Give it a run through. It's actually pretty fun. Kind of like building off the Crocodile Dundee look. But it's good. It's like a 2D kind of, but it's not 2D in a sense that it's so flat like Super Mario 2D. I think there's a little depth, like Double Dragon. You can go kind of a little bit up, a little bit down as you're going. Then there's a Jeep driving stage. Yeah. Look at this. Come on now. You know that looks fun. That looks a hell of a lot more fun than Strider. Strider looked like diarrhea. Here it is. This is just a tease. Oh man. What I'm doing is the Nintendo Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle song. So if you don't know anything about this version, it is available to play in the Cowabunga collection that is available on literally every format of video games that are out there. Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, and I mean the networks, like the Xbox Network, the PlayStation Network, the Nintendo Switch Online. The Cowabunga collection is just awesome. But it has the original. It has this game on it. And you can play it. Don't be cheap, though. Don't be like using that rewind button. Like when you miss a jump, suck it up and redo the whole thing like I had to back in the day. There was no rewind button. You missed that jump, you had to go back. You were in that water level and the seaweed zapped the ass and you died, you had to start over. There's no rewind button in real life. No rewind button. It was cool because you had like an overhead and you would go and sometimes it would take you a while to find the correct route to go. And, you know, the graphics were pretty bad, but I'm just being real. But it just was so nostalgic. Even back then, it was ahead of its time in nostalgia. Right down to the box art, to the to the music. I never did complete it. To this day, I've not completed the original Nintendo Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's just that hard. There we go. Is this the water level? Yep, that's the water level. Everybody bitches about the water level. I don't know anybody that says, oh yeah, the water level never gave me any problems. It always gives problems. Yeah, there you go. It's the dam. You go in there, you got to go through a whole bunch of jumps inside the dam, like there. Some of the jumps are really, really unforgiving. And then you finally make it to the water. And there's some cutscenes. Very, 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 very nostalgic. That was it. I know there's a whole nother issue that just, they got the turtles on the cover. So I'm sure we're going to revisit a lot more of that in an issue later to come. All right, so we've got Counselor's Corners, Bionic Commando, and Blaster Master, or Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. Go ahead and pause and look at that if you'd like for the Spank Bank. We got Zelda 2. Zelda 2, and we got Mickey Mousecapade. You know what I'm laughing at already. If you've seen any of these streams, you already know what I'm about to do. This time, to look at the counselors. All right, let's do it. Rich Lind, Agent 357. He became a game counselor January 1988. All right, let's see what Rich's hobbies include. Drag racing, video games, and computers. Highest score was Mighty Bomb Jack, 27,953,250. Favorite NES game is Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. All right, I wouldn't expect that, Rich, but okay, go ahead, Rich. I'll zoom in. Oh, yeah, there's Rich. Okay. Now we're gonna go to Tony. Tony Sanzak, Agent 257. I don't know what's with the codes. Maybe they don't give their full name after just one time. Maybe that's it, but let's see. Became a game counselor in June 6th of 1988. Hobbies include excessive masturbating, gaming, computers, and special effects. The first is probably just a guess. It's not written there. His highest game score rather is Legend of Cage. He got 422,000. There's that his favorite NES game is Xanax. This is like Xanax. It's like Xanax. I've never. Somebody tell me what the hell game that is. I don't know. All right, so now we got Brian Ulrich. All right. Let's go, Brian. When did you start? You became a game counselor January 1988. Hobbies include writing, record and comic book collecting, basketball. Okay. Highest game score was in Castlevania, where he got 614,280. His favorite NES game is Mega Man. All right, Brian Ulrich. All right, last but not least, we have Tim Dale. Let's see what's up with Tim. He became a game counselor May 1st, 1988. Hobbies include swimming, weightlifting, sports, and dancing. Weightlifting? That's something you don't usually see a gamer doing. That's very interesting to me. Okay. So, highest game score is Galaga, stage 76. Damn, that's a lot. Yo, if you know anything about Galaga, 76 stage, that's got to be a very extensive situation. Favorite NES game, Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. Yes, that's where I don't understand him at all, because maybe I have to revisit that game. I have it on the Castlevania collection. I think I mentioned that second episode of this series. Yeah, it might be time to revisit, because there's a lot of love for Castlevania 2, and maybe I just was too young to understand what the situation that was going on to. Mickey Mousecapade. How do I get through the woods? I'll read that really fast. It's not long. It's important to pay close attention to the color of the trees in this stage. You'll begin in the spring. The trees will go pink and white. Enter the second door, and then your summer, green trees. Enter this second door here as well. Next year in the fall, enemies are very tough here. After you defeat the second group of bears, jump and throw stars. Oh my God! How do you publish a magazine and you just don't have no proper spacing? It's just that's all one word. I don't. The only person that can say that in one syllable would be like Slim Shady. Like that's all one word. I can't say all that. Of bears jumping, throwing the stars, and then third and level, blah blah. Man, that's just really bad that they didn't take the time to space that out. But it's basically saying how do you get through the woods, and the trees are seasonal. So if you are familiar with seasons, you live in a situation where you're fortunate enough to go through the seasons changing, you'll know. Oh, he's waiting for his letters. Man, if I was me back then, like the smart ass that I am now, oh, he'd be getting some letters. He'd be getting some letters from me. Here's the Howard and Nestor comic. You can pause. Put it in Spank Bank for later. I don't get down with that series, that comic. I don't know why. I just don't like that Nestor, Howard and Nestor. Golago 13. This is the classified information. So you got Bionic. What is this? Bionic Commando. Okay. Yeah, I thought I recognized that. Yeah, Bionic Commando. Milo's Secret Castle. Hudson Adventure Island. We already got bonus stage leaking that, and we just introduced it in this magazine. We're already leaking levels. Operation Wolf, Spy Hunter. Sorry, I had to go back there because I just had to. Oh, this is that Xanax game. It's still a mystery to me. Warp to expert levels instantly. Still doesn't show you what it is, man. I have no freaking clue. I don't give a shit enough to check it out on Google. I honestly don't. But it just blows my mind that this really mentioned a lot, and I have no recollection of it. Here we have Wizards and Warriors. Bypass the Wizard. Okay. Seems a little really cheap. I mean, it's the whole point to beat the Wizard, but okay. Double Dragon. Shout out to Double Dragon. Adventure of Link. I mean, and Castlevania 2. You can see at the time, you know, the evidence is, the proof is in the pudding, rather, that these games were the shit back then. This is what everybody was playing because it was all about, you know, Super Mario 2, Zelda 2, Castlevania 2. Are you seeing a theme? 2. So this was the time of sequels. And they've really went out on a limb because Zelda 2 was nothing like the original Zelda. Castlevania 2 was nothing like the original Castlevania. So they just took some chances. They said, you know what? We already got their loyalty and their money from the first one, so let's just throw caution to the wind in all the sequels and see what sticks. Nothing really stuck because, you know, Zelda goes back to Overhead and the Link to the Past, rather, and that's just phenomenal. And Castlevania doesn't go back to that night and day thing. So they took a shot at these sequels and kind of, you know, none of them stuck. And I'm just realizing that as I'm talking now. God bless you if you're still listening to me ramble. Anyways, Skate or Die. We've already talked about that extensively. We got some Zelda secret down here. Super Mario. Shortcuts to Birdo. That's like one of the first shortcuts I've ever encountered. So, yeah, hold the bomb and then drop it and then go through the door and then jump up and around, and you're like going behind them essentially instead of where you traditionally would go in front. Right now I'm hearing the Birdo theme song attack in my head. I'm saving everyone the trouble of hearing me. All right, I'm done. So the top 30. Wow, this is still a lot of magazine left, and we're already at the top 30. Usually that's towards the end. Again, no surprise. These are all kind of expected. Super Mario Brothers 2, Zelda 2, Zelda, Mike Tyson Punch Out, Contra, blah, 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 blah. Nothing surprising on this lineup. Because again, I'll say it again, they did not kick out the games like they do today. It took them longer. So there was more appreciation for what you were playing because your selection was much more limited in the sense of flow. Because if you look at the NES library now, it's massive. There's tons because, it's been out for years. But back in the day, you had to wait. You had to be patient. Because I'm really confused because this is usually the end. So I don't know what we're going to get into after this. So you got players picks, pros picks, dealers picks. Okay, they changed the artwork there. Look at the menacing dealer. Okay, what is this? This is what's made it thick. The complete NES game pack directory. Oh, okay. Wow. So this is a complete list of Nintendo games, I guess at the time. Ain't no way I'm reading all that. So I'm going to go here, pause, check it out. Ooh. Pause, check it out. Damn. Pause, check it out. It's a lot of freaking games. Wow. Hi, jeez. Hi. A lot of games. The controller just dropped, so I gotta be respectful to it and put it there. You go, pause that. Oh, wow. And it gives you the addresses and phone numbers of the game developers. I kind of feel like that's unnecessary for the target audience of the Nintendo Power at the time. And 5-year-old kid going to give a shit about the address of Capcom or the phone number. I mean, I'm 46 and I don't give a shit. So I guess they just wanted some girth to their magazine. Oh, the Power Pad. I talked a little bit about the Power Pad, but that was the really ahead of its time, and it worked, and it was fun. My friend Joe had a Power Pad, and it was in the basement of the rec room, and you could see, like, it almost looks like a Twister kind of format. And there was, like, Twister games like that, and you'd run in place and do track and field. What was it called? World-class track meet? I don't remember it being called that, but man, you would run in place and you would jump. I mean, you would that still to this day is mind-blowing. Running in place I mean, you would, if you didn't have a Power Pad in the basement, it sounded like you were going to come through the ceiling. That's how aggressive it got. You had to be there to understand. And it came with you could get it independently, or you could get like the Nintendo, you know how they have the Rob Nintendo set that I have up there, and they had the action set, well, they had a Power Pad set, so it came with the Nintendo console and the Power Pad. That's funny that they show socks down here, because that was the big thing. Like, you could not use your sneakers on the Power Pad. That was like a no-no. None of us, like, I don't think anybody that I've ever played the Power Pad with even attempted to wear their sneakers. Like, that was just like, no. You just did not do that. Really fun, though. So we've got video shorts, California games. That was cool. I liked it. Taboo the Sixth Sense? I do not remember that, and probably because it doesn't look that fun. Yeah, doesn't look that fun. Man, this issue is freaking thick. No Bungan's Ambition? I don't remember that either. Desert Commander? I don't remember that either. Where the heck was I during these releases? Probably still playing Turtles. Super Mario Brothers. And Super Mario Brothers 1 was hot for a while. Mappy Land, Predator, Flying Dragon, and Airwolf. You see, there's you know the DuckTales theme song, like life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Lasers, race cars, airplanes. It's a duck blur. I'm gonna stop singing now, but they have an Arnold where he's like doing his grunts. It's like life is like a hurricane. It's in it like in Arnold's voice. It's hilarious actually. The internet has no chill. It really doesn't. There's no chill on the internet. What is this? Announcing a revolution in home video fun. Mommy Kong. Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. On April 1st, 1989, Nintendo of America. Oh, I think it was an April Fool's thing. Yeah, it was April Fool's thing. Yeah. Read that at your leisure. Pause it. That makes sense to me. Is this the April issue? Yes, March, April. I bet you there's other jokes in here that I just didn't really catch on. Nintendo trivia test. Oh, this is the one I had gone through this in another issue where it's kind of like Mad Labs. You have to, if you choose B, that's like 3 points, and choose A, and the next that's 1 point. Add all the points, and then it tells you what you are at the bottom. That's too much thinking. Celebrity profiles. Who do we got here? The former Dallas star is tuned into Nintendo. I don't. Shalane McCall? I don't remember her at all. If they say she's a celeb, okay. This was fun, where you could see different things, like what's different, and then here, like all the different things that you could see. Check that out. That's fun. Pause that and check that out. Enjoy that one. That is fun. All right, what is here? The nominees are, Best Graphics and Sound, Best Challenge, Best Theme and Fun, Best Control. So there are the nominees. They went all out in this issue, man. They just wanted girth. Jeez. There's some more. Poll contest winners. Go ahead, pause that and see if they really won. I'm genuinely interested if Nintendo Power ever did deliver on their contests. They're going through the rating system, trying to explain their thought process, which we don't care. We don't. Yeah. Here's this is cool because these are the issues that we've actually gone through already. The first, second, third, and fourth. First, second, third, and fourth. We've already gone through them. Good stuff. It's like the never-ending issue. Jeez. We already did Video Spotlight. They're double dipping now. They're double dipping. Yeah, that's just too much. If you want to read the Video Spotlight, I'll go ahead and pause that. You can zoom in. Here's the achievers, the overachievers, the high score people. Pretty cool. Pause that if you want to look at that. Oh, what's this? Adventures in Disney, Rescue Rangers, DuckTales. Yes, yes, yes to all of that. I have them. They're up there. Oh man, I loved Adventures in Disney Land. I don't think it was called Adventures in Disneyland. I think it was called Disney Adventures in the Magic Kingdom. That's what they landed on. But this is their, this is before they knew what they were going to call it, I guess. That's a fun game. Oh man, that makes me want to play it. I have that up there. Oh man. You know what I gotta do. I gotta get the damn thing. I can't talk about it and get all excited. Listen, man, standing up sound like a damn bowl of Rice Krispies. Snap, crackle, and pop it. Scrooge McDuck. And this is that Disney Adventures. See how it says Disney Adventures in the Magic Kingdom? It doesn't say Disneyland Adventures. And it shows a picture of Cinderella's castle, which is in Florida. And in the magazine, it's clearly Disneyland. Huge difference. Sleeping Beauty's castle, Cinderella's castle. Don't start me on Disney stuff. You know I will nerd out to no end on it. This is a fun game. It was such a fun game. It really was. Not a lot of people had it because you had to really be about that Disney life to get somebody to drop $50 on it for you. That's another thing. Video games were $50 for the longest time. And they creeped up to what they are now, which is like 70. Here's DuckTales. Ooh. Now, the you can get not the Disney Magic Kingdom one, but you can get DuckTales, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, like the Disney Afternoon that were made by Capcom, on the network, on the PSN network. Yeah, I don't know if it's on Xbox. I would assume, but it's called Disney Afternoon Adventures, or the Disney Afternoon Adventures, or something like that. Arcade Alley. We got shit I've never heard of. Whew. Man, that issue was freaking big. All right, so gossip galore. We're talking about Godzilla. That's funny because we're still talking about Godzilla, right? Goal, Vegas Dreams, Adventure of Lolo, Fisher Price, Kung Fu Hero, California Raisins. Delay of Games. We got NFL Football, Knight Rider. Hoops, Magic Johnson's Fast Break, Jordan vs. Bird, 1-on-1. Oh, that's freaking awesome. Guardian Legend, The Legacy of Wizard, John Elway's quarterback. So apparently there was delays and they would grumble about them and have a grumble section. Coming up in the next issue. I probably should have saved the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys, but I got a whole stack of them so I can use them more. But the next issue is going to have a more comprehensive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's going to have more Ninja Gaiden. It's going to have Mega Man 2. And how to join pros at Nintendo headquarters. I wonder if this is... Could this be Nestor? No. I don't know. Could be. All right, and that is... Whew, that was one hell of a... that was thick. They're not all that thick. But I do remember this. I believe that this was the first Nintendo Power that I ever got. And I just remember it blowing my mind. And I think what made me want to get it, number one, it's already 5 issues in. So the buzz all around, the school, people were having Nintendo Powers, bringing them out at lunchtime. Everybody huddled around reading them. There was no big internet, so you had to actually interact with friends. And we didn't have, this was $3.50 back then. $3.50 to a 6-year-old was a lot of money. So, but it's what it is. I hope you enjoyed this issue. So we got issue 5 in the books now. Going to move to issue 6, and it's going to be turtle time. It's really going to be heavily focused on this one, and makes my heart happy. I just want to hug this box, man. I just want to hug it, kiss it, love it. Just, it's so great. Round of applause for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Leonardo leads, Donatello does machines. Raphael is cool but crude. Michelangelo is a party dude. So much that he broke his nunchuck. All right, I've sung way too much in this episode. Apologizations and greetings and salutations. Thank you for joining. See you in the next one. Like, share, comment. Give me some feedback that you're enjoying this, or you want me to shut up and just show the pages. Tell me what you want, and I will give it. Deuces.